What's up everybody, Luke here with another video. In today's video we're going to be talking about the top ways to acquire big suppliers in 2019. So let's go. So the first thing you got to understand when acquiring suppliers who are going to sell you more phones is number one, expect to make less margins and work off of volume. So you might be used to making, say $200-300 per phone, but that's not always a reality. When you're dealing with somebody who's bringing you bulk, chances are these people are either flippers themselves or they know the phone flipping industry a little better than you might think they do, and they're not going to let you get away with getting $200-300 per phone. You got to do the math like this. If you only get 2 phones a day at, say, $200 each, that's $400 profit. But if you can get 20 phones at $50 a piece, that's $1,000 profit in a day. Not to mention that encourages your supplier to go out there, go get more phones, talk to his people, flip phones back to you, basically. It makes him go out there and go get it. Like, he doesn't feel as if he's taken advantage of. If you notice, all these customers, when you're making $200, $300, $400 a phone off people, they often don't end up coming back due to the fact that, one, they're either a one and done customer, or two, they end up finding somebody who pays better because they think that you're taking advantage of them. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Yeah, you can line your own pockets, but for how long? So you got to kind of watch out what you're paying people and know your customer. You got to know your customer. You need to know, are you dealing with somebody who's experienced, or are you dealing with somebody who's an experienced supplier, and you got to actually pay them higher volume. You got to pay them higher margins based on the volume they're bringing. If they're only bringing you like 1 or 2 phones, you might be able to get away with $100, $200, even $300 profit per phone sometimes. But you don't want to be robbing people out here, basically legally robbing people blind, because of the fact that they are going to find somebody eventually that's going to pay them better. And when that happens, they're probably not going to want to talk to you at all. So the second thing that you can be doing in 2019 is travel to a bigger city. If you want to travel to a bigger city, I guarantee you, eventually you will find some of these suppliers or people that are going to bring you 10, 20, 30 phones in a day, etc. You got to sometimes get out of your comfort zone, travel a little bit. The third thing you can do is you got to network. You got to be really persistent. You got to be advertising your business, and you got to be fair to all your customers. Like I said, it kind of goes back to, the number one thing is basically expect to work off of less margins and more volume. If you do some big deals with one person, chances are they got other connections in the phone flipping industry, and they're probably going to circulate your name around. And when this happens, basically it's called evergreen marketing. When you implement a good impression on somebody, or basically give them, some good vibes and pay them fair prices, they are going to not stop talking about you. They're going to tell everybody about you. They're going to be like, this guy pays awesome prices. You got to go see him, man. So they're going to tell everybody about you that they know that's a fellow flipper or fellow supplier, and eventually your name's going to be out there, and you're going to actually start making some of these big deals that you see all over YouTube. Like, I've done deals, that are 20, 30, 40 phones at a time. One deal was 65 phones at a time. Another deal, I did with a couple pawn shops. You got to get your name out there, and you got to start branding your business and, basically creating a little buzz for yourself. You got to network. I always tell people, no matter who you're talking to, make sure you talk about your business. That's how you acquire suppliers. It's not something that just happens overnight. People aren't just going to feel comfortable wanting to come up to you and sell you 20, 30 phones. One, they don't want to get robbed. Two, you don't want to get robbed. So it's kind of a trust thing, and it's kind of a networking thing. You kind of just got to keep working at it. The number one thing is don't give up, and just kind of apply these things that I just said in the video, and I can promise you this will lead you to bigger and better deals. If you're kind of, hit and miss, you're advertising one month, you're not buying the next month, you're not going to acquire these big suppliers, because these guys want to sell all the time. They want somebody that's available, and they also want somebody that they can count on, that they know you're always going to be there. You're not just going to, sell out one month, or, you're going to stop buying the next month. They don't want that, because that could cause big problems in their business. If they're betting on your prices or betting on your cash, next week, and then you just say, well, I can't buy, or, oh, I'm out of town, they want you to be available. So you also One of the other major things you can do once you acquire a supplier, you have to be kind of available to them. You got to cater to them and, treat them a little bit differently than a new customer. Go out of your way to help them out if you can, because they're obviously bringing you a lot of volume. Like I said, it's working off of volume and trust rather than margins and trying to basically rob the customer blind. And this is a more scalable business model rather than, just making as much profit as you can off phones. I think so many people get excited out there on, oh, I just made $400 on one phone. That's exciting, but at the same time, imagine how that customer feels. Like, some people honestly don't know, but a lot of people walk away thinking, wow, that guy's probably going to make $400 or $500 off this one phone. I mean, that's a little high, but I've seen people do it before. And it's like, you got to think, how is the customer going to feel when they walk away from this? Are they going to feel good about it? Are they going to want to come back and sell you stuff? Probably not. Maybe they were just really desperate on money. Now, like I said, it comes down to reading your customers. If you've got kind of that one and done customer, sure, try and make, an extra $100 a phone off them or whatever, rather than making $50 a unit. But those customers that that are experienced, they're trying to do business just like you, they're trying to be professional, try and make like 40, 50 bucks a phone off them. Don't try and rob them blind just because, you're trying to be greedy. So, and I promise you, if you emulate this business model and the stuff that I just said in this video, I promise you, you will get more phones this year in 2019, and you will probably acquire suppliers also. So that being said, I hope this quick video helped everybody out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.